Page 55 in grammar. All right, talking about coordinating conjunctions. Should I sing? Just kidding. Did you guys ever watch that video? Okay. Yeah. No? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know I talk about it a lot, and then sometimes I forget to post it. So I wonder if you've seen it. But these are I could, yeah.
No, you did.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay then. Fanboys. For and nor, but, or yet so. Fanboys. You guys know that. You've learned 3 comma rules when a sentence has a coordinating conjunction. These are the 3 you already know, and then we're going to learn one more, which is going to be pretty easy. But if you have 3 things you're listing in your sentence, here's the little thing in the margin, little key. You need commas between. It could be 3 verbs, 3 nouns, 3 adjectives. Shere Khan fed the cubs leftovers, scraps, and bones. So since they're listing 3 nouns, you need commas in between the first 2. Leftovers, comma, scraps, comma, and bones. And then if you're just listing 2 things, A and B, no comma, so the cubs were noisy and hungry. And then here you have 2 main clauses in a row. Shere Khan fed the cubs, but he also mocked them. Remember, main clauses have a subject-verb pair. So you can see Shere Khan is the subject for that part of this clause. Fed is the verb. And then after the CC, we have he, which is another subject. Well, it's referring back to Shere Khan. And then mocked is your verb. So if they both have subject-verb, it's 2 main clauses in a row, you need a comma. But here, if there's no second subject, then you don't need a comma. So this one says, Shere Khan fed the cubs, but also mocked them. So this time I don't have a he here. It just goes right into the second verb. And but is your coordinating conjunction. So here's the pattern on the side. MC, which is main clause, CC, second verb. Instead of MC, CC, MC. Okay, does that make sense? You guys follow that? Okay. So if there's no subject after the coordinated conjunction, then you don't need a comma. That's the rule. All right. And here it is again, comma rule down here. MC, CC, second verb, that's without the second subject. Or if it does have 2 subjects and 2 verb pairs, then you have MC, comma, CC, MC. And here's 2 examples at the very bottom. Mowgli knew of Shere Khan's hatred, but was not afraid. So we've got subject verb, Mowgli knew. The CC is but, and then it just goes right into the verb, was not afraid. So there's no subject on the other side of that. So this is just one giant main clause, and you don't need a comma. Here we've got 2 main clauses. Shere Khan hated Mowgli, but Mowgli, there's your subject again, was not afraid. So we got Shere Khan hated, Mowgli was. Since they both have subject verb pairs, we need a comma with it. That's the rule. Not too bad. A little bit more on the back of that. The VSS opener, it's back. Yay. That was the easy one, right? Super easy. VSS, what does it stand for?
Very short sentence.
Very short sentence. I think you guys all knew that. 2 to 5 words. Go like this. That's what I have to do when I start yawning. It's a main clause. So here we've got Shere Khan roared. 3 words. We've got your subject and verb. That's enough. Here's another example. Mowgli ignored him. Subject verb. We've got 3 words. It's the number 6. This is tricky because sometimes it looks like it's a subject opener, which it could be, because technically the subject's first. But because it only has 3 words, it's a VSS, which is a number 6. And then we've got the noun of direct address. I remember talking to you about this last year, but noun of direct address is when I'm talking to someone. If I say, Wyatt, you have on a purple shirt today. And so Wyatt, as I'm directly talking to you, you're the noun of direct address. Or Miles, I like your hat. Okay, you get it. Noun of direct address. The thing to remember is that that noun or direct address. Yeah, I might have to make you do some jumping jacks back there.
Don't when I'm in this class.
It is kind of hot in here. Is it hot in here to you guys? No? No. Anyways, it's not the subject of the sentence if it's a noun or direct address. So look here, it says Mowgli, if you are wise, you will fear him, Bagheera said. So Mowgli is a noun of direct address. It's a noun and it's directly addressing. So here it's in the middle. If you are wise, Mowgli, you will fear him, Bagheera said. Here it is at the end of that quote. If you are wise, you will fear him, Mowgli, Bagheera said. It doesn't matter where it is in the sentence, it's still considered noun of direct address because that's who they're talking to. The subject is you, Y-O-U, not Mowgli. Okay, that's something I want you to remember with these noun of direct address. And then the comma, it always goes around the noun of direct address. You probably see it up here because it's in bold. So add commas to separate the noun of direct address from the sentence. Mowgli, comma, Shere Khan is dangerous, Bagheera warned. And then here, Mowgli, comma, you will fear him. So in this sentence, the subject is you, will fear is the verb. Two verbs there. Okay, pretty much straightforward. How about Miles? Could you read the sentences today, please?
Frequently, Bagheera, who had eyes and ears everywhere, were warned Mowgli. Shere Khan hates you and plans to harm you. How often have I told you this?
Okay, good. It's a little awkward to read. It's missing a bunch of stuff, but I noticed you just fixed hates, and that's true, and plans. So let's fix those. Because it's singular noun or subject. So S at the end of the verb. To usage. That's what we just fixed. Urgently. You guys know what urgently means? If something's urgent, what does that mean? What do you think, Ellie?
Like, you
Yeah. Yep. In a hurry, immediately. 5 nouns. How about you, Wyatt? What are the 5 nouns?
Eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Mowgli. Shere Khan.
Shere Khan. Bagheera.
Here.
Bagheera. Okay, good. I forgot we normally do the fix it. Lately, we've been doing that list first. It makes it a little easier. So let's jump over the fix it side. One indent, that's pretty easy. 7 capitals, but I feel like we need to find the end marks first so we can find all the capitals. So we need 2 end marks. There's obviously one at the end. Do you know where the other end mark goes? After you down here at the bottom. So the end mark is going to actually be a question mark because it says, how often have I told you this? That's a question. Oops. Okay. Now that we got the end marks, let's do the capitals. That's easy. All the names in there. Okay. How about the quotation marks? What do you think, Miles? Do you know where the speaking part begins and ends?
Shere Khan to the end.
Yep, Shere Khan to the end. Good. Those are the quotation marks. And then Wyatt, what about the commas? Are we going to take some out? I think we're going to do a little of both.
Yeah.
Take some out. Okay, what do you think we should do?
You take the comma out on urgently.
Yes, don't need that. Good.
Take the comma after you.
Over here, hates you. Okay, good. And then we have 2 we need to put in. And it has to do with the who clause. I'll give you that clue.
Is it after?
Right before who, and then what is it? the other one go? After the who clause. I got me yawning. Excuse me.
At ears.
Actually, one more word. Who had eyes and ears
Everywhere.
everywhere. Good. That's the end of the who clause. So who had eyes and ears everywhere warned Mowgli. All right, we got pronouns. Miles, where are the pronouns at?
You,
You
you,
and you again. I,
you,
yeah. There's one more.
would be how?
No, it's actually gonna be this. Remember the demonstrative ones that we talked about recently? This is this and that is that. That's how I remember it.
You, I, you this. You, I, you this.
How about the coordinating conjunctions, Ellie?
And,
And
okay.
and. Adverbs? Wyatt, what do you think?
Hmm.
They're not all ly, but one of them is. It's the easy one.
Urgent.
Urgently is one.
Add.
No, that's gonna be a verb. So think about like where,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Often.
Often, yeah. Did you say how earlier too? For an adverb? No, you didn't. But it is how.
How.
Yes, I just gave
Thank
that
you.
one away. You're welcome. That was a freebie. It's for you. When it's a question word like this, that is an adverb as well. All right, then we've got, I'm gonna skip main clause unless you know them already. Ellie, do you know where the main clauses are?
Is it starts at Vera
Yeah,
and ends at Mowgli, the same thing?
yes, it does.
And it starts at Shere Khan
Good.
and at ends at Harmony. So
You, yep, right before the period. Uh-huh.
and then it goes to
And then how to the end. Good. So the who clause, Miles, where's the who clause then? Yeah, basically where the commas are, so. That main clause includes the who clause. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but it has to in this sense because otherwise Bagheera by itself is not a main clause. So in order to get to the other end of the main clause where it says warned Mowgli, we need to include that who which clause. How about the verbs, Wyatt?
Had.
Good.
Warned.
Yep.
Harm.
Not harm because it's to harm. Remember the infinitive that we used to talk about? So in this sentence, it's not functioning as a verb.
Told.
Yes, told.
To.
No.
Have.
Here, yes, have is one. And then inside the main clause about Shere Khan, there's two verbs in there. Shere Khan,
Hates.
there you go. Hates is a verb.
And plans.
Yes, there you go. You got it.
It's annoying because like I think I'm looking for like stuff that has nothing in it.
Yeah.
So when I see yeah.
You didn't even look at those because they already had something on top of it. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. So who are the subjects, Ellie, for those verbs?
Vera
Uh-huh.
Mowgli.
Not Mowgli, because that's the subject for that sentence is Bagheera.
Shere Khan.
There you go, Shere Khan. Not Shu Khan, Shere Khan.
And I.
And I in the Who clause.
Oh.
What's the subject in the Who clause?
Oh, hmm?
Yes. I didn't know if you were thinking.
No, yeah, I thought you played.
I was giving you kind of a major clue, but yes, so who in the Who clause is the subject of that one? Or was the opener? 3LY. That was an easy one. All right. Nice job, you guys. So, any questions about like homework in grammar? Or are you guys struggling with anything in particular with it? Subject verb pairs, or you guys are doing okay with it? Sometimes it's hit and miss when I'm looking at your homework. Sometimes you nail it. It's like you got it. And then sometimes it's like, I don't know if you're just trying to hurry through it and you just make mistakes or what, but let me know if you ever get super stuck on anything in grammar. Because I want to be able to go over it again in class if you do. Okay. All right. Well, we're done with grammar for today. So
Grammar page, we've never tried that before.
just get it done in class.
Yeah.
That would take us like all class, basically. Uh-huh. Fix this. I know what you're trying to do.
We never talked about the writing part, I mean, technically, you don't.
Then this would just be like a grammar class, and that would be it.
That's technically still writing.
Well, you guys had some fun this week, I think, with your stories. Hopefully. Writing from pictures. So, and Arabella's not here, so I know she likes to write about these pictures. Does anybody feel like reading? You did seagull or storm? Seagull or storm? Nobody's jumping up and down. Nobody feels like sharing it today. That's okay. You don't have to today. I see that Miles is already putting things away. So you can put away the yellow page behind your model charts and outlines. You probably already did that. And then that tan page is going to go behind stylistic techniques. So this one here, do you have this one? This one's going to go behind the model charts and outlines. You have it. And then this tan one with the prepositional openers, that's going to go behind stylistic techniques. And then the rest of week 9 can go away in your finished stuff, and we're going to get out week 10. And the moment you have all been waiting for, you're going to get a piece of big white paper out at the back pocket. Yay!
I don't think anyone will go for that.
Well, sometimes I think if I just act like I'm excited, maybe you'll be excited too. But week 10 is big, you guys. Okay, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages for week 10. I'm gonna stand up. My legs are
Also breaking on you.
I don't know. I've been sitting too long today. It's like I gotta move on.
I can sit for like 9 hours straight.
You can?
Wow. It's usually when I'm playing a game of but
I believe that. But then when you stand up, aren't you like, ooh,
Nah, I usually run after that, so.
Whatever, just go ahead and brag. So these should be in the back. Go ahead and get one of these big white pages out. Hopefully you have some back there. And week
What's the
10.
white page or the white page?
Smart. The answer is yes.
I don't think I have a white page.
What happened? Oh my
Use a
goodness.
different white page.
Good thing I have extra.
Well, technically, every
It's okay.
page is. a
I
white
bought like a
page.
whole ream of them just because I ran out too, and then like, oh, this way we can all have plenty. Remember these days? So we're gonna learn about Gutenberg.
Gutenberg
Gutenberg.
sounds like a restaurant.
What, if you were to guess what country Gutenberg is from, what does it sound like to you? What country? It's German. Gutenberg. All right, you guys got your white paper? Let's fold this first. Open it up. Remember how we did this? Fold it, taco fold first. Up. Show Arabella here. This way first. Taco fold, I know, because I teach little kids too, but you know. And then remember, we fold it in thirds from here, so you're gonna go past that middle line and then the other side over the top of it. Remember how we did that? So like a third of the way over. So like this far over, and then this side goes on top of that. Remember these days?
Maybe not.
So what we're doing is summarizing from multiple references. We have multiple articles this week. Yeah, you got it. That's good. Open it back up. And then each one on top is going to be its own keyword outline. So put A in a box. Oops, let me turn on my camera. And then B and C at the top. And we're going to just start with Roman numeral 1 here. So we got A, Roman numeral 1. This one has 1 through 5. 5 is in parentheses. B, still Roman numeral 1. Remember, all these are going to be the same because what we're doing is taking facts from each article and we're going to combine them into a fused outline. Guys, remember? See, I know it's a lot of writing, but honestly, this is going to save your life, even in college. I wish I knew this because it's so hard when you're looking at all this stuff and you're like, how am I going to decide? What am I going to put in my paper? How do I know which is the best? Well, this helps you really narrow it down because you can only use 5 facts from each place and then combine them into one paragraph. So it really depends on what your assignment is. In college, it'll be longer. So it's just like this.
It's getting more expensive. So
That's for sure. So this bottom one is fused outline. This one has 1 through 6. So Roman numeral 1, 1 through 6. And we'll just squeeze that word clincher down here just for fun. So we can remember to include that. Did you guys remember your topic clinchers in your story that you wrote last week? Hopefully. Did you do the story yet? Are you behind? You need to catch up.
honestly, I don't know this one.
It was the seagull or storm one. It was with the pictures.
Oh yeah,
Did you do it?
almost.
You better do it. Because I know you don't want me to include your mom. So I'm just gonna give you another day or so to do it.
Can't do much when I really have to pack and go out.
When did you get back from your trip?
On the I came back on like 2 p.m.
Like last night? Oh, 2 p.m. or a.m.
2 p.m.
in the afternoon. Well, yeah. Okay, you'll get it done. What was I gonna talk to you next? Where's my, okay. Oh, on this side, this one under A, right here. I'm gonna have you write some notes. So let's just put notes right here. Sometimes we have extra boxes, so we might as well put something in them, right? So we're doing summarizing. Remember how we talked about summarizing SOME, telling some information? So you're doing that from each reference, which is each article. And then the first thing we do, you got to find out when you're writing a report, you got to know what your subject is. So put subject here. This week, your subject is Johanna. Johann. Is it Johann? What's his first name? Joanna? Johannes. Johannes, yes. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yes, Gutenberg. Have you heard that name before? Oh. Ellie's heard it. Have you heard about it before? Johannes Gutenberg? Okay. You've done it a lot. I'm so sorry. You're doing it again. Okay, good.
I don't do
Awesome.
research, so.
So then the second thing you're gonna do when you're writing a big report is list your possible topics. Remember how we did that last year? List possible topics. Do you guys remember how we do that? When you have a bunch of paragraphs to read, how do we know what topics to list? Remember how we did that? Go ahead, Miles. Though you're thinking of the facts, that's true. For topics, you remember how we used to put notes in the margin about what that paragraph was mostly about, like early life or inventions or things like that. So that's what we're going to do as we're reading this article. We're going to label the paragraphs and then we'll make that list. Remember when we made the list, it was like we put all the A's together, all the B's together. The third thing, anybody know what's next after listing the possible topics?
Then
We choose a topic. I'm gonna put topics, plural. That's basically you're gonna choose for each. So if you have a 3-paragraph report to do, you're gonna choose 3 topics. This week, we're gonna focus on just the first paragraph. I think ultimately this is 2 paragraphs, so it's not bad. So we'll do 1 paragraph this week and 1 paragraph next week since we're just remembering how to do this, and then eventually it'll go a little faster, but you'll choose your topics that you're gonna write about. So you'll choose one for this week. And then that's when we do our, this is what we're calling a source outline. Each one of these is a source at the top, A, B, and C. Outlines, plural, and then we do the fused outline. And then we write paragraph. These are steps. You got to know what your subject is, list your possible topics, choose the topics, write your source outlines, write your fused outline, and then use this to write your paragraph. Okay, those are the steps here. So on your other box, under C, put possible topics. Were you done, Wyatt, or do you need to see that again? Possible topics here under C. Got it?
Yeah.
Number 6 is write the paragraph. Put a little like bracket around these. Source outlines, do a little like half C shape like that. Because this is what you repeat for each topic. After you pick your topics, then you do this part over and over again. Write the source outlines, the fused, and then write the paragraph. Write these, and then fused, and then the paragraph. That's the pattern I wanted to remind you about. Okay, now let's go to the articles because there's a bunch to read today. Do we have time? Yeah, we do. Let's go to source 1.1, page 103 first. Go ahead and start by just putting an A with a box at the top. Remember how we gotta keep super organized when you're writing. This is kind of like a research paper, even though they're giving us all the research. So that makes it easy. But go ahead and write A at the top. This is gonna go with A on your outline. Those go together. So Gutenberg's printing system, this is where now we're gonna read and start looking at what are these paragraphs about, and let's list our topics. So printed materials and readership in Europe before Gutenberg. So what I'm gonna do rather than reading every single word, because that'll take too long, is skim. You guys remember doing that? So we'll read the first sentence and then we're kind of just pick and choose from there. So I'll give you an example in this first one. So in Europe during the 1400s, way back, books were rare and some teachers, monks, and rich people or rich men knew how to read. That was it. So we're talking about 1400s, and now I'm going to skim. I see written by hand, scribe, scriptorium, monastery, copying letters, artwork, and I'm just kind of skimming. Books were a luxury. I see 122 library books, 1424, history, philosophy, animal skin, ink, quills. That's how I skim. I just kind of let my eyes go, and then I kind of, I don't know, sometimes words just kind of jump out. I think this is talking about actually before Gutenberg. Because at the end it says he wanted to find a way to print books more quickly. So this is before he invented anything. So I think we should probably label this one before Gutenberg. So I'm just going to put before Gutenberg. So it's basically the history of printing before Gutenberg. And then this one kind of helps. It's got I forgot, this is a subheading right here, printed materials and readership in Europe before Gutenberg. There it is, before Gutenberg. Ancient printing methods. Okay, they're helping you on these possible topics, actually. How about we circle ancient printing and we circle before Gutenberg? They're going to help us on this one. I forgot that this is an easier one. Do you guys have any questions about what I'm doing right now? No? Okay. Let's just jump over here to our possible topics. So far we have before Gutenberg. Before Gutenberg. And we're going to call this A, so it's in A. Remember how we made the list like that? And then ancient print. Ancient printing. A. I think we're going to be able to look at the subheadings. It's going to go faster than I thought. On the back of that, here we go with Gutenberg's printing system. So go ahead and circle that. Where's my other mistake here? I'm going to put G printing system here on my list. G printing system. You guys good? You know what I'm doing right now? Following that? Okay, cool. Because we've done it a bunch. It's just been a little while. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go on. That's it for A. Go on to B. B is going to be on page 105. Whoa, too many things to keep track of here. Let's put B at the top of this one just so we can keep track of it. Right here. A book, a chance to improve printed materials and readership in Europe before Gutenberg. There you go. Boom. Ancient printing. Boom. So we can add B to those over here. Oh God, this one's an easy one. Is the other one on there too? I turn it over. No, this one's different. How Gutenberg's printing system changed Western civilization. What could we call that one? Changed
Change to Western.
civilization. Maybe changed Western civilization. You guys like that idea? G changed Western civilization. That's gonna be a B. So maybe just circle that on there. Changed Western civilization. If you circle it, then you can find it quickly, even though this is pretty laid out easily for you. You guys good? Got that? Okay. Nice. Go on to C. Page 107. Oh, just kidding. 107 is part of B. 109 is C. C at the top. Oops. C. Because of Gutenberg, this one's called Ancient Printing Methods. Hey, ancient printing.
Oh, yes.
We have C on that.
Yes.
G, printing system. That's. No, it's here. So we've got C for ancient printing right here. And then printing system has a C. Is that what you guys have too? So G printing system is A and C. Ancient printing system is A, B, and C. And on the change. B and C right here, changed Western civilization. Boy, that saved us a bunch of time. We still have time to get started. Woohoo! So you're gonna choose ultimately 2 of these possible topics to talk about in each paragraph. Let me double check on that because it is 2 paragraphs.
We make it 1.5.
No, it's 2.
1 3/5.
I was wondering if you could combine some stuff, but I don't think you might be able to combine. Let's think about this logically. So before Gutenberg, ancient printing, and then the printing system, and then how it changed civilization. I feel like we're gonna have to combine some of them because you want to for sure talk about his system, right? And you want to for sure talk about how it changed civilization.
You want to know about its history.
Yeah. Some of them you only have 2 sources. You want to know about its history? I agree. Could we combine these 2? Printing system and how it changed civilization. Does that make sense to you? Are you thinking or are you just tired? Or we could combine, the book is suggesting we combine Gutenberg's system and ancient printing. These 2.
I like that. Feels a little bit better together since it's both printing.
Mm-hmm.
But the ancient printing has all the source text, I feel like that would be best.
Because you have a lot more sources with it. And that's a good point. And then you can combine these 2 by doing A. And this one will have B and then a little bit of both for C. I like that logic. You guys follow that? Yeah, so do ancient printing for paragraph 1. Makes sense to start with that. All right. we're agreeing on this one. So your first topic will be ancient printing. Ancient printing. We can call it AP if that helps go a little faster, just on the top. When you get to the fused, though, we should write it out. Ancient printing, and then you have space for one more word here. And this one, you're right, I'm gonna circle it because we have all three. That makes it easy. So you remember the drill. Only use Article A to put information here from Article A. You have 1 through 4 is required, 5 is optional. And then only information from B under B and only information from C under C. So I'm gonna just give you some time to get started on this so that you're ready to write this week. So go ahead and start with A. No, this one. Whoa. They left their water bottle.
You have,
Ainsley.
yes,
So all the sources are about, the ancient printing.
Yes, so for Roman numeral 1, it's all gonna be only ancient printing.
I mean, I think that's a.
So this is gonna be just one paragraph. So you're gonna use A,
Only
so
one
far,
paragraph?
next week, we're gonna do another paragraph. So ancient printing for A goes here, and then for B, and then C, and then do the fused. That's when we're gonna see if we have time to kind of work on the fused a little bit. Because once you get the fused done, then you're ready to write your paragraph. So go ahead and start reading Article A. You have it?
yeah,
Article A is gonna be, I think it's the second paragraph. Down here is where it starts. Okay, go ahead. You can underline facts that you think are interesting on there. The goal is 4 or 5. You're busy. You have two of those portable walls, or is this something?
Yeah.
That was just used.
Yeah, this one comes from Parkville.
That's cool. I'm glad you're using that. It's got a lot of good stuff in there. I've seen those. You getting it?
Yeah.
You almost done with A?
I'm thinking,
Oh, you can move on to B.
no, I think not.
Okay, good, 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 good. Ready, go ahead and finish the one you're on. I just want to look at the checklist with you before you go. This is how I grade your work, so please remember to use this when you go to write your paragraph. And you guys remember how to do the fused, right? You guys remember how to do that?
Yeah, you grab some from this and then put it into that.
From each of the three.
Yeah.
Yep, and then you can mix them up. You can put it in the order that makes sense to you as far as. You want to keep track of the timeline. So if you mentioned, because I know in Article A, it talks about like 1077, like 1041, sorry.
And then 3000 BC.
Yeah, so keep that in mind as you're making your fused. Keep it in logical order.
The time travelers.
Not in this one. Your
Right.
your checklist is basically the same as what it's been, but I just want to review it with you. That topic clincher is super important. If you don't have it, I'm going to tell you to get it in there and turn it back in. So make sure you do that. You're going to talk about ancient printing. So that'll probably be your topic clincher. And then you've got your 6 dress ups, all 6. Notice the Asia clause does not have .b because you already have a because clause. So it's separate. And then you've got 2 openers. 2, prepositional ly. I don't think you'll have a problem with banned words this week. Maybe good or bad, but try not to use those. Any questions about the checklist or homework or anything like that? You guys know what to do? Okay. So you're just going to do the 1 paragraph this week. I'm going to break it up just because we're trying to get our brains back into this style of writing. And then we're going to pick it up quick after that. So your goal is to finish ABC and fused and write 1 paragraph. And then next week we'll do on the back, we'll do the 2nd paragraph.
I'm home suddenly like, what when she told me like, oh wait, what do you have to do this week? I'm like, we just have to write 1 paragraph. You'll be like, that's it.
That's good for you because you need to catch up anyway. So no, tell her we're working on a bunch of outlines though. She'll be like, oh, okay.
I
I'm being nice.
want to see her
This is
face.
the first time.
I want to see her face. That's the best part.
That's
It's like when someone,
not nice, Wyatt.
it's like when someone pranks someone. You don't prank someone just to see them get covered in like tomato sauce. You see it all because their face.
All right, that's it for today, you guys. We are good. You're good to go. Have a great week.
All experiences.
I'll see you next week. You're welcome.